Well, at least they kept the goop to a minimum. But I sure do want to hug my dad right now. I'm Jackie.
Doc Hubbard's favorite Beatle is Ringo. I'm Justin.
Really shouldn't have got that evil general from 12 O'Clock High to run that town. I'm Sam, and this is The Nest from 1988 on Stinker Madness.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No one! Hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers! Get to the chopper! Stinker.
Hello, welcome to Stinker Madness, the podcast for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie. This week on the show, we got a sort of goopy body horror-ish movie from 1988 called The Nest, which is about bugs getting you. Sam's pick, currently streaming on Amazon Prime. Sam, take over.
Well, The Nest was just sort of in that, it was the tail end of the goopy horrors. The PG-13 horrors, cat jumping out of closet shit is going to take over soon.
Sure.
But this is just part of a slew of them, and this was done through Concord after they got the one of many when they set up the special effects shop down there in Santa Monica or Venice or whatever it was. Julie Corman produced this, and she was known to take some major chances. I don't know how much, if you noticed how much recycled footage there was. All the explosions were from humanoids from the deep.
Okay. I don't remember very many explosions in that movie.
There's
sure
only
about
two,
that?
but they're
Okay.
both from another movie.
Gotcha. All right. No. In Humanoids from the Deep. I don't remember any explosions of that. But
I haven't seen it forever.
I'll take your word for it. You're the authority. Who am I to argue with you?
I mean, it's not like we don't have a segment called You're Wrong, Idiot.
You're right.
Terrence H. Winkless is the director,
Okay.
though I have it on good authority that he has winked at least once.
At one time.
I was going to use that joke too. Damn
Just
it.
the once. Just the
Yeah.
once.
You will know him from such films as Blood Fist,
Okay. I like Blood Fist.
which is actually, according to, and it's really hard to sort out the tags for Corman, the Flat Concord, which this was made under and Blood Fist was made under. Blood Fist is supposedly the top earner for that tag.
Okay. I don't remember the tag, but I'll take your word for it on that as well.
It doesn't say New Horizons, New World, New Concord. It just says Concord.
Concord. Okay.
That was the tag at the beginning of this one was Concord.
They'll never know
And
it's us.
Yeah. They'll never know it's us. And then Julie Corman's name comes up. It's like, oops, my wife did this one.
Don't let her use the new Concord tag.
But anyway, his next film, Blood Fist, is supposed to be the top earner for Concord.
Sure.
He's also one of the several directors that we get to run into frequently for treasured bad movies that was on the staff to direct the American half of Power Rangers with Worth Keeter.
Oh, okay.
And that's sort of his most interesting thing beyond doing Not of This Earth, Blood Fist in this movie. He does a lot of stuff. He did a lot of TV, but Power Rangers and those three movies are probably his most notable. And he's obviously a fun guy because there was stuff that he did in this, like the La Cucaracha song.
Right.
That was him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The Disembodied Hands were him.
Yeah.
Like he put himself in as much as he can. The cook, the gross cook,
Uh-huh.
that's his brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's old Clint Howard showing up whenever he can.
Yeah. It wasn't when this isn't when he started though. He actually had been working for the Cormans for a while because he wrote The Howling.
Oh, okay.
At least the first draft.
The screenplay, because The Howling's a novel.
Yeah, the screenplay was he gets screenplay credit for The Howling.
Cool. I like The Howling. I love that whole franchise. So sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother, for gifting me 5 terrible movies.
There is some interesting... The studio claims that after this production, it was plagued with cockroaches. But if you've ever been to Santa Monica, it's plagued with cockroaches already. And they said they didn't have to, like... I was reading about it, and it's really like, okay, no, you just had cockroaches, and you didn't have to work that hard to find them.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, you still had them afterwards, and maybe you blame the production. There's like a whole huge thing where they're like, oh, we just went out and grabbed some cockroaches. They didn't order any. They had enough cockroaches that they could just send some people out to go get, and were able to, in short order, round up about 2,500 cockroaches.
That's so gross.
It's so gross. And then they run amok on the studio, and we called the Humane Society, and they wouldn't do anything about it. And the whole thing reeks of, yeah, there was just that many cockroaches already.
Yeah, they called the Humane Society, and they were like, hey, can you help with the cockroach problem? And the person on the other line was, well, here's the deal. I actually am a cockroach. We've taken over the Humane Society. This is now just run by cockroaches.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. Apparently, if you're using insects with the Humane Society and the way that the laws work, both with not killing animals or insects or whatever, and also the guild laws, you have to contract them at the beginning of the picture and tell them that they're going to have to come in and exterminate them. And they're like, no, you didn't contract at the beginning, so we're not coming there. And the reason you didn't contract this at the beginning is that you're just trying to get a freebie on cockroach exterminators because your studio's got cockroaches all over it. You've just made this movie because you're like, we already got the cockroaches.
Right? And we need... oh, my God. That's so dumb.
But they claim... They just went out to Venice and got a bunch of them, and then it took years to get rid of those cockroaches. That's the studio claim.
Right.
The main actress, Lisa Langolis,
She played Beth, I'm assuming is who you're talking about.
Yeah, the infinite frump.
Right.
She had done Phobia which is John Huston's apparent worst movie. I need to revisit it because I think I've seen it. I'm not sure. Everyone says they can't believe John Huston did it, but she had a pretty extensive nude scene in it. So they bring her in, and she's also in Class of 1984. That's probably where you really recognize her. She's got the pink hair from Class of... Okay.
Yeah.
That's where you know her from.
Yeah.
She does nude scenes. She's fine with it. She charges for it.
Mm-hmm.
In her contract, they didn't want to pay her to get them out. So she's like, it costs this much for me to show up and do lines. It costs this much for the top half and this much for all of it. They didn't want to pay that. But then when it came for her shower scene, the bodysuit went missing.
Oh.
Well, I guess we'll just have to do the nude scene then. Like,
right.
Well, I guess it's going to cost this much. You going to renegotiate my contract on this deal right now? No. So she uses gaffing tape. And they're like, oh, we can still see the gaffing tape. And she's like, well, I guess you can see too much because you didn't pay for a nude scene. So one of the producers, and this Terry Winkless guy seems like a nice guy, so he probably wasn't hassling her about it, but one of the producers was probably getting kind of slimy about it.
Mm-hmm. It was Weinstein? It was Weinstein, wasn't it?
I don't know. It could have been his cousin or something. His
Weinstein.
uncle that he learned from.
Yeah.
I learned it from watching you, grope actresses. She doesn't do it. The whole scene pretty much gets cut. In the movie we see like she comes out of the shower and she's sort of, you can see her bare shoulders, and then later there's like a leg and an arm, and then he does a shirtless scene, which is like, ooh, should have kept the shirt on that guy. That is not the sexy right there.
Right.
But apparently she got approached in the trailer and she was really pissed off about it because it's like, I'm not against doing this. You just have to pay me for it.
Right.
Like, come on. And not to mention that you really think about this, full nude on her, this thing ends up in a theater, not direct to video, right?
Right.
That's just a no-brainer, but whatever. The poster, however, have you seen the poster for this?
Just the thing that was on Amazon.
Yeah, she was fairly disgusted by this. I had to really zoom in and look at it because I was like, the first time when you see it from a distance, it's like, oh, it's eating her face and fucking her at the same time.
Oh, I didn't. Wait, what? Now I got to look this thing up.
No, so now when you look at it close, it's not eating her face. It's just humping her. It's just a woman who's able to actually like do yoga so well that she can hold herself up with one leg on her knee and support the weight of a giant cockroach. And she's getting humped by it, and her face is like, I love it, also choke me.
Yeah,
like the poster.
She's not having a bad time.
The poster is grotesque. It's like
Ew.
shitty Frank Frazetta porn. It is not good.
No, that's icky. The tagline is underneath it, she's just an appetizer. So that bug isn't even done humping ladies.
No, that bug.
Warm up.
That bug's the next Ron Jeremy.
Right? That's so gross. Ew.
Yeah, because I saw the poster, but you're right. As soon as Justin zoomed in on it, it was like, oh, yeah, his bug wiener is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, his thorax is rubbing her vulva.
Yeah.
To get scientific about it. And she
Well,
seems to be liking it.
Right?
Thank God you know the correct terms. I was,
Yeah.
His bug wiener.
bug wiener is such a technical term.
Langolis was like diplomatic, I guess, in her bitching about the posters. Like, it's obvious I'm being seduced by a giant cockroach. And it's like, no, that's some other lady with way bigger tits getting humped by a cockroach.
Yeah, and much better
That's
hair.
what that is.
And also, I mean, it's in
Her
the name,
hair's-
lady.
Yeah,
You
her
know?
hair was not good.
It's in the name. It's right there. You're getting humped by a cockroach. I mean, what did you think was going to happen when you showed up on set today, Anybody want to help me out here?
No, that was, I don't even know where the hell you were going with that one.
Cockroach!
Oh, cock. Oh.
Yeah, I know. And then she's like, look, if you pay me this much, I'll walk around in nothing but socks and let you spray me with fake jizz, but it costs this much.
Right.
And they're like, oh, we can't afford that. Your wardrobe was burned in a fire, and now we don't have anything for you to wear for the rest of this movie.
Well, I'll let you burn my wardrobe, but it costs this much.
The film was written by Robert King, to shift gears back into boring bullshit. Robert King has a long career.
Okay.
This was his first
In
spec
shuffleboard.
project, I believe. But this is actually based on a novel as well. He wrote the screenplay. He would eventually, him and his wife, go on to do The Good Wife for CBS, which is a big hit that I didn't watch because it's definitely not for our age group.
Correct.
However, he also has written other films that we have seen and done for the podcast. One of them, and one of them soon, hopefully. Those films are Vertical Limit and Cutthroat Island.
Okay.
This guy writes crap.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Excellent. Brava, sir.
But apparently he writes good TV, so whatever.
Or it could be crap TV. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
on
don't watch
CBS, Sam.
Yeah, we didn't exactly watch that. I'm with you. The Good Wife. That just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's on CBS. That's like, it doesn't. It could be like Explosion City is the name of the show, coming to you on CBS, and I'd be like, well, I'm out on that.
Isn't Chicago
Yeah.
Fire on CBS too? Like all
Sure.
these weird shows that
Yeah,
you're just like,
I
why the
guess
hell
they-
would I watch this?
Yeah.
ABC's turning out some real shit right now, too, though. They're like CBSing. They're doing shittier CBS shows than CBS right now.
Yeah, but they've got all the fun competition shows on ABC.
That's true.
Like
that
Match Game.
miniature golf thing
Yeah,
was
and-
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Match Game's on ABC. The Holy Moly is on the ABC. I think the Titan Games is on NBC. American Ninja Warrior is on ABC. They got all the bullshit you don't have to pay attention to, at least, shows on that.
Well, you can't talk about American Warrior and Ninja Warrior right now yet.
Oh, right, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, we got that fun show can't be fun for a while because their contestant is apparently a fucking pedophile.
Oh, that's fun.
Really? I hadn't
Yeah,
heard
the guy
this.
that won likes him about 15.
Yeah.
Not in jail yet.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's working on a new album. He's teamed up with the old R. Kelly, got a new album coming out. It's called
hanging out at Universal Studios looking for a 15-year-old to pee on.
Going to the skate park this weekend.
Jack, you're not a very good songwriter there.
That's not. R. Kelly's got a silky voice. He's a filthy, disgusting human being, but the man can sing.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason Rihanna let him pee on her.
That's not Rihanna. Jesus Christ, you're off by about 10 years, dude.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, yeah, sorry.
Okay, let's move on from
All
all the icky stuff. Let's get into the good bug icky.
The good bug icky. Yeah, the actors. Frank Luz is the lead here. He was an attempted day player. He's the guy that had to go through the gates, basically, when he went to work. Mm-hmm. He did get this movie, and he got a ghost cowboy movie right after this, and that's about it.
Ghost cowboy?
That sounds fucking awesome.
I kind of want to watch it.
Right?
It's
haunting
called
the
Ghost
saloon.
Town,
so we're going to check it out.
You couldn't, like, draw, and you have, the duel, but the bullets just go right through him, and he's got spooky ghost bullets. He'd be like, awesome. He could. Yeah, I'm down.
No, he's not out there doing that. He's just looking at people's cards, being like, nice full house, and then walking away.
I don't think spooky ghosts have x-ray vision, Jackie.
He's just walking behind him.
Yeah, but then they'd be like, get out of here, you spooky ghost. Go sit down on your side of it. You're cheating. And then they'd have to go out in the streets and have the duel.
He also likes to watch the horse for free.
Well, that
he's a spooky ghost.
Yeah, that he could do.
And he likes to steal their liquor when they're not looking.
But you can't drink liquor when you're a spooky ghost.
It doesn't matter. It's a matter of practical joking.
Let's maybe table that until we can have a chance to watch this ghost cowboy. I mean, you should do a ghost cowboy and ghost dad back to back.
Yeah.
Speaking of icky people. Okay, Sam, go ahead.
Robert Lansing's in a lot of shit, a lot of cowboy movies. 12 O'Clock High was the series that he was in that was he's probably most known for, but when you see him first show up as the mayor, you're like, I've fucking seen this guy before, and it's because you have. He's in everything. I'll mention the other actors as we hit them in the rundown.
Okay.
And we are ready to do it.
Was there anything about this guy's hair? Because it seemed like it was blue.
Well, he is old. Old people get blue hair. It's because they're trying to dye it and they don't know how.
He washed it at the same time that he washed that knit sweater he was wearing in the middle of the movie.
Right?
The colors bled.
All right. Is that all you got there, Sam? All right. Well, here we go. The Nest. Basically, we've got what's going on in this town is Sheriff Robert whatever has become sheriff, not by election, but because his father was like, son, I've raised you up, and I want you to take over the family business of being sheriff. That's not how that works, but okay. He's the sheriff of a little crappy town called Northport that's on an island. It's probably not crappy. I would love to live on an island in a small place where nobody would bother me. But, like a lighthouse, little tiny town, almost like where Jaws happens. God damn it, I can never think of that. Amityville.
Yeah.
Or not.
It's
just Amityville.
This is Jaws with cockroaches.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for a while it is.
Do you think that you have to have any kind of police background to be elected sheriff? Or could you just run like a really good campaign and be like, I'm sheriff now?
Yeah, you don't need anything.
Oh my God, I'm still running for sheriff next year.
I don't think that's going to work because we live in a big town. But if you live in the town of Northport, there's not a whole lot of competition. He probably ran unopposed. He probably didn't run unopposed at all because he didn't run at all because his dad said, son, you're now the sheriff.
Well, he already had the truck, and they didn't have to reorder new uniforms. He could just use his dad's.
Yeah.
It was really just a cost-saving measure.
Yeah, see, that's how you want to do it, Jackie. You don't want to run for sheriff. You just want to get inherited sheriff.
Well, see, I think inherited sheriff would work because they have to have an interim, right? Because his dad died.
Right.
So he's the interim sheriff because he was already a deputy, but then he wins the next election by landslide because he's got the mayor's support.
Okay.
Whereas in the town that we grew up in, Jackie, Justin and I, a guy that used to sell cars beat a lifelong cop-out for the sheriff. Mm-hmm. He bankrupted the sheriff department in his first 6 months.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That happened.
Yeah, that's how small towns usually work, is somebody fucks over the whole thing and then the big towns have to pay for it. Yay.
We need to move to a
Twin
small
Falls
town.
had to send people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to move to a small town so I could start running for some of these elected offices.
Yeah, so you can fuck it up slightly less than the previous guy.
Yeah.
That's
That's
progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I could be like, I don't like that lady. I want you to harass her with dog flaming poop bags.
Okay.
And every night when you're out on patrol, I will leave some Winston shit for you, and you go light it on her doorstep. And then when she calls the police, be like, I don't understand why this is happening to you, ma'am.
You know, it's just as legal to do that whether you are the sheriff or not. You could just go flaming dog poop people right now.
No, it's got to be like a vindictive. Like, she got the last peach in the grocery store, and we live in a small town. We're not going to get any more peaches for like 2 weeks. And she knew I was going to make the peach cobbler for the town parade.
Plus, she wants
you
a
don't
crony
need
to
to be
do
the
it.
sheriff. You're missing the point. You can
She doesn't want to get her hands dirty.
Yeah.
She wants to have underlings that do this for her.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to light
time,
this shit on fire. It's going to stink.
Every time we talk about this, it's revealed that any ounce of power Jackie will convert into absolute tyranny.
Yeah, especially if you buy the last peach and I had my hand on it first.
Uh-huh. All right, speaking of this, at this point in time in Northport, it is the Fishawak Festival that never comes into play. I was very disappointed by that because I wanted to know what the hell was going on with the Fishawak Festival.
It's got to be baseball with fish.
I would think so.
I was thinking it was that, that gopher game, where the gophers
like
pop
whack-a-mole,
up.
yeah.
Whack-a-mole. But they were doing it with fish, and there's just some guy underneath it just shoving these fish heads up there.
Are they dead fish or alive fish?
No, they're dead. Like Gary's been out catching them all week, right? And putting them on ice so that they could get their whack-a-fish going.
That's so dumb.
But Sam's baseball theory sounds much better.
Yeah.
Beyond the just little small town nice, which is a pretty nice town, actually, wherever the hell they are. The sheriff is a fucking slob.
He lives on the ground. He's got one of those. He doesn't have a bed. He's just got a mattress on the ground, and that's how he rolls.
He drinks a cup of cockroach coffee.
He sticks his hand in the back tank of his toilet for whatever reason, because apparently he's too lazy to adjust the chain.
That's how he
and
has
a
to
cockroach
flush.
bit him.
Yeah, that's how he has to flush.
Like, just fix the chain, dude.
Yeah, what's going on in your life, Sheriff Woody?
And I am to assume that he washes his clothes never.
Never.
Because he just wakes up dressed, kind of, and then goes to work.
Yeah, he buttons up his shirt, and that's how he goes. And
How many times do you think he's been stabbed by that star?
Star?
His sheriff star that's on his shirt.
Right, yeah. 4. Anyways, so what's going on in this town is, yes, it's the Fishawak Festival that doesn't come in at play ever, but also they've got their own radio station, and the guy on the radio, the DJ, is like, hey, so hope you're enjoying the Fishawak Festival. Also, you should note that everybody's gone missing, and there's weird stuff going on. The lighthouse guy's not here, and also there's beetles, where there's our food's missing, and weird things are getting stolen, and dogs and cats are sleeping together but then getting eaten, and all we can find is their corpses. It's really weird. But enjoy your day out there. And then he gets it. So Sheriff Robert gets called in, and he knows that the lighthouse keeper's missing, so he's going to go check it out. So he's like, all right, I'll head up to the lighthouse. But then he gets seriously sidetracked here because first he's like, well, I got to go across the street to the diner like I do every morning for my free cup of coffee.
And free
cup
smooches
of coffee?
From Nancy Morgan. That's John Ritter's wife, you son of a bitch.
Is it really? Hey,
Yeah.
How about that? Wow.
Yeah, and it's not just a cup. He's going there for a full-ass thermos. And later on in the movie, we see that he's just got a rotating thermos thing going on. So he drops off dirty-ass thermos, and it's like, hey, clean this up, bitch, and then have this ready for me tomorrow morning.
Here's my laundry.
Yeah, that's what he's doing to this poor diner lady. And I guess he's boffing her, too.
Right.
Yeah, and she doesn't clean it out. She just fills it back up. He can't tell the difference.
Yeah, so they're boning, right? I'm not alone in that.
They're boning, and she's also been to the mainland, probably on that sweet flying boat that we see later.
Right.
And she's got him some Terminator glasses that shouldn't have been used as a joke that didn't work.
Was that the joke? Was that
That's because he then says he's going to go out and really get tough.
Oh,
and it's like, good Lord.
Oh, boy.
That's
Oh,
bad.
yeah, I didn't get that at all.
All right.
Shit.
Well, I think now he's driving up the lighthouse, but then he gets sidetracked because he sees this sweet fucking boat plane, what are the water landing?
So if it's got the hull of a boat and
Uh-huh.
wings, it's actually a flying boat.
That's what they're legitimately called. That's
Yeah, and it actually says on this one, flying boat on the side of it.
should be called something more awesome. Flying
You can
boat.
call it a seaplane. They're all
Yeah,
seaplanes, but
right, that's cooler.
the
So,
flying boat is the correct term.
so it's coming in. On it is the mayor's daughter, and womp womp womp, the bitch is back.
I've just never seen this much frump at once.
Right?
She's wearing a dress that was made out of pink socks. And her hair, like, to go from class of 1984 when you've got, like, the awesome hair ever, and she, like, the character was fun, and then she comes out of this, and they're like, they did this to my head,
Right?
and they made me wear a sock.
And they wouldn't
I'm
pay
not
me for
sexy
nudity.
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, hey, I'll give you a ride wherever. It's good to see you. They've got a long history. I guess they used to bone back in the day, and then she went to Los Angeles to work on her movie career or whatever, and now she's back and blah, blah, blah. But then they stop at the library, because the librarian's sitting out front, and she's like, God damn it, bugs have eaten all my books. Shit.
Yeah, and later bugs eat all of her steaks, because she also owns the fucking grocery store.
Right?
I guess.
I guess. Bugs eat more than that on her. Then we get introduced to the mayor. He is a scummy mayor. He sold out the island secretly to this company named Intech, who has a cover story that they're building condos to develop the islands for the tourists. But that's just the cover story. He secretly knows that they're up to some shady stuff up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Later, we'll see that the Intech facilities are not very nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And not to mention that this is a very awkward scene when we finally get to meet the dad and the daughter comes home, because it kind of seems like they're going to get into a fist fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden, it's like, you're the only thing I wanted for my birthday.
Right. What the hell? Like,
Oh.
he's giving
it's
her the stink eye when she walks in, like, oh, you're back. Let's do this, bitch. But then he gives her a hug and is like, yay, you're here. What? I don't understand their relationship at all.
They talk about it later with the mom thing, that her mom committed suicide and he covered it up to not be embarrassed, and they've had a rift, and he's probably a huge dickhead because he forced his wife into suicide, so he's not a nice guy.
Right.
The one thing I need to mention about this scene is I've seen a lot of shitty fruit paintings, but the fruit paintings on the wall in this bedroom are the shittiest fruit paintings I have ever seen.
Sam's like, I'm a connoisseur of the fruit painting, and let me tell you, your sixth grader did a real shit job.
Well, that was actually that was done by a local artist who bought the last peach cobbler so that she could paint that. Took it right from you.
Well,
She ate it first, so she didn't know what it looked like. She was just making it up as she went along.
That's right.
That's why it looks like shit and pisses Jackie off. That's all she's got to remember that peach cobbler by is this crappy painting.
The bed in here, though, is pretty cool.
Oh?
I like the spiral,
No, I don't.
the headboard, footboard thing.
Okay.
And it had, like, poles on it for dancing.
You mean a poster bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Uh,
Cool stuff. This is a good podcast we got here, guys.
Bug penis.
We're earning our keep this week.
The fans are like, fuck, dude, they took a week off and this is the shit they come back with? I fucking hate you guys.
Can you guys just play another rerun, seriously? Okay. All right, let's move on. So the sheriff finally gets to the lighthouse. There's no one there, but we find Jake up there. And Jake is the town kook, I guess. He's the town bum, town kook, town whatever.
I don't think he's a bum, though, because I think that he owns the diner with his daughter. And then he's, like, retired, so he just...
So his house is trash.
So this
Yeah,
is
he
what I
lives
get from
in
this
the
guy.
junkyard.
Yeah.
In the junkyard.
He lives in the junkyard because that's his pastime. He also likes to sneak up on the sheriff whenever possible and then
course.
give out weird life advice and then be like, "Are you going to marry my daughter?"
Huh.
Yeah,
That's this guy.
and he steals shit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He stole that fucking boat.
Right. He stole a
He
Zodiac.
stole a Zodiac, probably from whatever military picture they were shooting next
Yeah.
lot over.
Right. I'll be honest, if I could steal a Zodiac, I would. Zodiacs are cool. So Beth goes out for a walk. She's like, I just got home, but I need some fresh air. So she's like, la la la, prancing through the forest. She gets attacked by a German Shepherd that's on a chain. So she's like, ew, okay, I'll go someplace else. This German Shepherd's in front of a trailer. It doesn't appear the trailer's occupied. She keeps going up. She finds this Initech fence, and it's looks like it's been busted through.
It looks like it was a shitty fence, and the only thing that Intech spent was a shittier sign to put on it that said, "This is ours now."
Right. But then she's called back because she hears the dog screaming in pain. She runs back, and the dog has had a terrible experience and has met Ramsay Bolton, and now is part of the flayed people.
Is carne asada.
Yeah, he's carne asada.
I also like that these bugs only eat the fur off of this dog, really.
and
maybe-
skin.
Yeah, but like, they're leaving all the meaty bits.
Right, yeah, they don't like meat. They just like skin.
They just want to eat his fur.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, are they taking
seem-
the fur home to make little cockroach?
Nests.
Well, no, like couches and chairs and beds. They're like, oh my God, we kill this German Shepherd, man. We're going to have our furniture line is just going to fucking take off.
Hey, Stuart, where'd you get that cardigan? I ate a German Shepherd earlier. Made it out of its fur. It's nice, isn't it?
Of course it's cashmere.
Did you guys also notice, like, how did that camper get there?
What is this camper
'Cause it's
doing
like
there?
in the middle of the field. There's no roads and there's no tracks. It's like they helicoptered it in there.
And there's no owner. Like this dog is chained up right next to the trailer, and there's nobody ever comes back to it. Nobody is like, "Hey, what happened to old Barky?" And it's just an abandoned trailer with somebody's dog out front of it. That dog was on a one-way path to starvation, no matter what.
Well, maybe this is the condos that they promised. And they're like, this is just one of the many condos that we will be building in your area to really increase tourism.
Yeah, it's a demo, so you can bring them. Hey, how about a week at the demo property, huh? Yeah.
It's got a free dog.
Free dog, toilet sort of works.
If it's full, just call the exterminator guy. He'll come out and pump it for free.
Yeah, just let it out. Well, it's fine. Fuck this little island. Okay. So, the sheriff somehow is like there. He's like, oh, hey, I just happened to be walking to. That's why I thought it was his place at first, but then I remember that we saw the outside of his house. But anyways, he walks up and he's like, oh crap, you're here. Oh crap, grody dog thing. So he finds the dog, and now they know about that whole thing. But there's a little black stuff on the corpse, and he's like, "What's this black stuff?"
Yeah,
His
he totally
cockroaches-
plays with this stuff way too much
Right.
throughout the film.
Yeah.
Everybody eats it, too. to
That's
test it. Like,
true.
what is it? The only way that I could tell what this is by eating some of it. Later in the film, we realize everybody's been eating giant cockroach shit.
Yep. That is true.
Even the exterminator guy stuck a piece in his mouth, and he's like, "Yep."
It's shit.
He knows it's turds, but just to confirm, he eats one.
Ooh, that's some good shit.
He's like, that definitely tastes of German Shepherd, if you ask
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, it's like if you're a exterminator guy, you're like the cop that finds the cocaine and sticks his knife in the bag and then puts it on his tongue. Yeah, that's good cocaine. We're gonna need to really find these guys. That's good beetle shit. Checks out. Read that someplace before. Meanwhile, Jake is out in his junkyard home, and he's hunting rats with what appears to me to be an M1 Garand.
That is, in fact, an M1 Garand. You are correct.
I don't think that's the right gun to use for hunting rats inside of a junkyard home, But
Yeah.
I guess you got to work with the tools you got, right?
He finds the rat after he's been chasing it through his junkyard, which seems to be in the middle of town, opening fire with a 30-06. And he sees it in half, and he's like, what happened here? When he should think, well, I must have hit it, because that's what would happen to a rat if you hit it with a 30-06. It would blow up.
Right.
It would be in half.
Half of its body would fly through the air, being like, hey, am I still a full rat? Because I'm flying, man. It's a big-ass gun. You cannot shoot a rat with that gun. You're just going to blow holes and shit. A fucking 22 will do just fine there, Jake. Anyways, so he finds this rat, and then he's like, oh, shit, there's little clicky sounds coming at me, and we still don't see the monster yet. I'm thinking it's a big monster at this point, like, because we still haven't seen the reveal yet. But he's getting chased by the monster cam, and runs into his little shit house tent, covers his blanket, over his head, and then he just proceeds to get eaten, including his arm come off, and it's pretty funny.
His arm starts moving away by itself.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
that part was really fun. I also like that he just was like, oh no, deadly monster or fill in the blank. Don't know what it is. It's definitely deadly. It won't get me in bed.
Right?
It's like a little kid's mentality, right? Just throw the sheets over your head. It'll be fine.
And also, he's holding an M1 Garand. Shoot once, maybe. I don't know.
He ran out of bullets. It only holds 5.
Right. Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, so he's dead. And then we meet Dr. Hubbard. She's been flown to the island as a specialist who's there to investigate the dog corpse. Been called in. 2
questions. One, did you notice that the mayor is waiting for her on a golf cart eating pizza without a napkin?
Right? Where do you get that pizza?
2, do you recognize the actress?
I do not.
It looks like Lucy Lawless, but I know that's not her.
No.
It's not her. You've seen her in some other stuff. She's in Death Stalker 3. She's been around, but most notably, she was the love interest alien in Alien Nation, the series.
Ah. Okay. All right. Well, she is also a plant for Intech. She's actually working for Intech. She's been working for Intech. She knows everything that's going on the island. Her and the mayor know each other. They're in it on the shady side. They might be in it on the penis side too, but I don't have any evidence of that.
She's much too frigid.
Oh yeah, she's pretty icy, but he's also super gross. Maybe she's into gross dudes because she's so icy. I don't know. It's weird, It's a weird relationship. Anything could happen.
You know what? Abominations seem to heat her up pretty good.
Yeah, right?
She's icy towards humans, but the impending doom of humanity wets those panties up nice.
So their first step is out at the trailer. They're still out at the fucking trailer. The guy has not come home. Whoever trailer this is, he's not back.
Telling you, dude, it's the demo.
Comes with a dog, maybe.
Sort of. It's probably dead. So their first step is to rig up a plexiglass cage with some seismic, like, boop, boop, attractor
This
things.
was very Tremors.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting large cockroach sandworm thing to come along.
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of like Dune, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tremors is after this.
No, Tremors is before this. This is 88. Tremors is 86, I think.
Oh, I thought Tremors was 91. Huh.
No, I don't think so. Anyways, so they've got scientific gear and they've rigged up this trap and they're baiting the monster cam to come get it. And they're like, well, we need something to get it over here. Let's go find some bait. And then this little kitty goes, meow, like right on cue.
She had a Tupperware full of meat that was adequate bait for her experiment, but she's such a fucking psychopath. She sees this cat and she's like, ooh, better yet, we can work and play.
God damn it.
Kind of makes you wonder, like, if somebody does live in this trailer, they had a cat and dog, and when they come back from vacation, Gary from down the street was supposed to be taking care of these animals, and they're nowhere to be found.
Right?
They come back from vacation to where if they live in a shanty trailer that's not attached to anything.
Any place you go from that place, Sam, is a vacation.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go this year, honey? Anywhere but here. Let's go to the junkyard.
You take a picture.
Right. Okay.
Whatever they did to this cat in this scene is not okay.
It's not a real cat, Sam.
No, the cat it was covered in what looked like watermelon for the
Watch
seeds.
it again.
Okay, if it's not a real cat, it's fine. It looked like a real cat, and it was not okay.
Yeah, I've seen enough shitty movies that I can spot a robotic head moving at any point in time. It doesn't move correctly. If it was a real cat, yeah, it would be like
Pretty shitty.
pretty shitty. It might have been a real cat up until the point where blood starts spraying all over the place.
Yeah, so there's a one shot and one shot only that it is a real cat. I'm absolutely certain of it. And it's covered in red stuff, and it's just trying as hard as it can to get out of that plexiglass. And there's no way that they had the robotics to do that. And it's that's not okay.
Yeah, maybe that cat just really wanted out of that plexiglass, and they're like, use the shot. But the last when the blood or when the cat essentially explodes in blood, that was a robot. I 100% promise that. It dies. It didn't make it.
Nope, it sure didn't.
Or did it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, we're not gonna spoil this because it's gonna be a real
Turd
thing.
ending.
Yeah, right.
But
Okay. So Beth comes into the diner to get into her own cat fight. She's like, "Oh, hi, I just came in for some pie." And the waitress lady is like, "I hope you die of flesh-eating bacteria, you dirty slut." Also, here's your coffee that you ordered.
Yeah. Pie is for the sheriff, my boyfriend, your boyfriend. I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting old, goddammit.
Speech cobbler.
yeah, she's on the upside of 30, going on 40. She's
The
just
40
says, like,
side of 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was weird. Like how she said this, and it was like, so what you're saying is you don't want to marry the garbage man.
I live in this shithole town where nothing good ever happens, and the only thing that keeps me going is when that hunk of beef walks into this diner and says, "Hey, lady, can you refill my thermos of coffee?" And that's the highlight of my life, and you're coming in here to take him away from me.
Yep. Just like, sure, it's not much. Doesn't seem very smart, and he wears his hair in a doof poof. But he's mine, goddammit.
But he's mine.
Meanwhile, the sheriff is, playing it cool at both ends because really, the mayor's daughter, and as things go in this town, the daughter's going to be mayor after her dad dies.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right? So then they'll be running the town together as a power couple. But he also does not want to lose his free thermos of coffee and
Right.
somebody else washing out his thermos every day.
It's a big deal. It's a really big deal.
So he's like, look, I gotta be cool about this until I can decide whether I want to be a power couple or get free coffee for the rest of my fucking life.
6.5 in one, half a dozen in the other.
I'm thinking he's going to side with the coffee. He's not too bright.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right, so the doctor and the mayor have taken the cat back to, I guess, the lighthouse, because that's where her scientific labs have been set up to do science.
Well, as we've seen of the Intech facilities, it's a
Yeah.
fucking cave with
Right.
some wood in front of it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the only scientific equipment that they brought was dynamite and a score clock for a junior high basketball game.
Yeah, okay. So they're hanging out in the lighthouse now. Beth has gone back to the Intech fence and busted through it. She finds a mostly decayed animal that we have no choice but to infer has been eaten by the monster Cam, and she finds her way into a cave where she and Sheriff Robert used to go there and play Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their names are on trash bags that they've hung up.
I'm thinking it's the cave wall, but it looks like trash bags.
It's
Yeah, it
trash
does.
bags because they didn't want to deface the cave because it's
Right.
a landmark.
Right.
So they tried to make a fake cave wall out of trash bags and neon paint. It doesn't work. And also, people don't play Monopoly in a cave. They screw. People that are in a relationship don't play Monopoly at all because they want to talk to each other for the next 2 days afterwards.
Right. Indeed. No, Monopoly blows. But then we finally have the reveal. She is chased out of the cave by a pile of cockroaches.
Yep. Big pile of them. And there's some giant, big testes hanging from the cave.
Yeah, she's found the eggs. She's found the nest.
That's what I was going to say to you. She's hit in the face by the balls.
We also must mention the most horrific thing in the scene, her Jordache jeans.
The horror!
People dress, if that shit comes back into fashion, push the fucking red button. We're doomed.
I actually heard that
that's what's left on 2020 is dressing up like adults in Oshkosh bagosh.
Yeah, that's what Stephen King's new novel is about, Sam, actually. The horror of mom jeans.
What do you think, Jackie, about what she's wearing in this scene?
Oh, God, it's incredibly bad. And I hate to break it to you, Sam, but the high-waisted jeans like that give you mom butt are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
They're already in the store.
Yeah. We've had mom butt for a couple years.
They're not as crappy because they were high-waisted mom butt jeans, but Jordache decided to put wings on them, on the top and the bottom, and other stuff, tapers in weird spots, just stitching where it shouldn't be, fake pockets everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, they haven't gotten full wings yet, but
we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean they did put them on maxi pads, so you never know.
God damn it, Jackie!
What?
Unrelated and uncalled for.
You're like, I don't want to talk about maxi pads. God damn it! This is a bad movie podcast. We are not talking about feminine hygiene products.
I know nothing about them, so I cannot make any riffs.
You're like, they're awfully sticky.
What? No,
because they got a sticky on the bottom to keep them on your underwear.
I wouldn't know that because I never know. We have to.
This has been a public service announcement.
This is an equal joke opportunity podcast. And so we can't, I'm not going to sit over here and talk about my prostate, mostly because I don't know shit about that either.
You're like, but I do stick my finger up my butt to make sure it's still there.
Sure. Yeah.
Didn't fall
I don't know
out.
anything about it. I know it's not supposed to be the size of a grapefruit, and it is.
I know it's not supposed to be, and now that it is, I don't know what to do about it. So I just go on living with it. Anyways, so she's chased out of the cave. Back at the lighthouse, the mayor has given the doctor 24 hours to solve the bug problem because he's going to call in a fumigation, I guess, from Intech if she doesn't get it taken care of in 24 hours. And so he'll have to evacuate the island, and everybody will find out about what's going on, and Intech shares will drop, and blah, 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 blah.
I want to know if they just have an evacuation boat somewhere on this island, because he's pretty confident he can get everybody off this island within 5 hours.
Shit, half of them have been eaten by cockroaches already.
Right. We're going to get into that later because I got some questions. Speaking of getting eaten, the cook at the diner has now been eaten while he was playing in garbage. It's pretty funny when he goes down as well.
I like when he brings his hand up and half of his fingers are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really like that he's set up the dumpster as a basketball court. The only joy he gets in his life. And the waitress is like, quit fucking playing with the trash. And he's like, God damn it. I almost got fun. Yeah.
That's all I have. Now,
well, she's a bitter old hag.
Right, yeah.
They should just get married and run the diner together.
I mean, they're clearly meant for each other. They both have such little to live for. Now, Beth is staying with Sheriff Robert and sleeping on his floor mattress. And they're down in Bangtown. But so are the cockroaches. They're also staying at his place.
The cockroaches have been staying everywhere the whole time.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Fucking freeloaders.
So now that their place is covered in cockroaches, they run out because he looked in the toilet. Oh my God, the upper decker is filled with cockroaches. We got to get out of here.
Because we can't flush the toilet.
Yeah, now I can't stick my hand in there and flush this damn thing.
Yeah.
So they run outside. They get into his truck. They get a phone call or a radio call. And basically, the bodies are starting to pile up. They found everybody that's been missing. They've all been eaten. Jake's been found. The tourists have been found. The teenage girl's been found. There's just bodies everywhere.
Isn't this where they cut away to pancakes?
Yeah, right. It
Oh,
is.
First, the guy's got to run off the bridge, right?
No.
No, first we get pancakes. So
And I don't-
the quote-unquote teenage daughter, who's obviously not teenage,
Right.
Heidi Helm, I think, or something like that. I had
Heidi
to look
Helm.
her up because she was Heidi Helmer.
Okay.
She was in a show that I saw a couple times because I saw her face when she's doing that weird like close-up that they do of her while the lady's getting eaten. I was like, I know this person, and I couldn't find her anywhere, so I had to dig and dig and dig, and I found the show, and I was like, I went back in time, and I was like, she isn't notable. She's only notable to me that when I watched the show this one time, I saw her, and I was like, oh my God, I know what the desires of men are now.
What was the show?
I believe...
Spencer for Hire.
Beans.
No, it was starting from scratch, a sitcom that was at that time probably in reruns on syndication in early afternoon.
Man, I've never even heard of it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. But she makes some pancakes for her aunt, who owns the grocery store and runs the library.
Right.
And has a broken leg. And she's carrying him upstairs, but just tosses him everywhere and puts him back on the plate, gets syrup all over her.
Oh,
that
no.
will
I'm covered in
facilitate
syrup. Sexy syrup.
sexy syrup that will facilitate the filmmakers to make a full body tilt down on her, who's supposed to be a teenager, but is not, thank God. And then I really like the death of the woman here because all she wanted to do was eat the pancakes, but she can't, and she's dying quite loudly. Her niece is jamming out to a band that is just saying, oh yeah, over and over again. And the final shot is her not getting her pancakes, a mouthful of cockroaches instead.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, at some point you got to realize you're just fucking doomed. So what should you do? You just shake the blanket back, right? Throw the cockroaches a little bit further back. Keep eating those pancakes as fast as you fucking can.
Or just, dip your cockroaches in that syrup that you spilled all over the place. And
Yeah.
Now, how much fucking syrup do you have on these pancakes that it makes a fucking trail from like the third stair from the first level all the way to your bedroom?
And truth be told, I don't like pancakes very much, so I smother them in syrup.
I love pancakes that are cooked on an open fire in the
Sure.
woods.
Sure.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah, but this is cooked by a teenager who's not a teenager and dropped on the floor several times. So
Yeah.
better have extra syrup on that.
They're probably not even cooked all the way through.
No,
They're probably
no.
soggy in the middle.
Yeah, they looked pretty gross, actually. So she's dead. The mayor has called in attack for the aerial assault. He said, nope, your 24 hours aren't happening. It's only been 2 hours. I'm calling this in. Bug spray the whole island. I'm going to evac this place. But if you see the lighthouse light on, don't spray us because we're still here. Okay?
And then it becomes The Rock.
Right? Now we get to where the diner has been overrun. That's how you say overrun, past tense?
No, overrun.
Overrunned. I like the extra D. Makes me feel,
You like the D?
yeah. It's a run.
Oh.
D. Damn it. I couldn't talk to you anymore. This
But
scene
this-
is hilarious.
Yeah, this is when I was like, man, this is a bananas movie up till now. The first part of it, there's not a lot going on, but it's easy to make fun of everybody because they're wearing dumb shit and they're all assholes.
Mm-hmm.
But when La Cucaracha happens in the diner, I'm shaking both my fists in the air yelling yes the first time I watched this movie.
Yeah, the waitress goes nuts. She's gone postal on these bugs. She said, I have had enough of this job and enough of this town, and I'm taking you bugs with me. Ah!
Well, she's serving them coffee. Would you like some more coffee, sir? And then she pours it on him, and then she hits them with the spatula.
How about some
Give
dessert?
some.
She just drops a whole cake on the floor. Like, fuck it. I've always wanted to do that. My favorite was the microwave, though, where she throws in the hamburger meat into the microwave and all the bugs start popping up against the microwave door.
I liked the cockroach smoothie myself.
I did too.
That was a good one, too.
That's hilarious. What the hell is the song? I mean, obviously it's about cockroaches, but what's the rest of the words to La Cucaracha in English?
Running up and down the walls.
That's really what it is?
Yeah, running up and down the walls.
So somebody just...
La cucaracha, me, I love you not at all. Cha-cha-cha.
So somebody's house is just so covered in cockroaches in Mexico, they're like, you know what, I think I'll write a song about this. This is some bullshit. And then make it a fun time, because people like fun songs.
I learned it when I was in elementary school. We sang it in music class.
Huh. It's a weird tune.
I think my music teacher might have been on drugs.
Yeah, she might have. They all are.
She also liked a lot of the really old Western timey, going back to Sam's Ghost, Cowboy Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
We also like to sing about dead miners, coming around the mountain.
Yeah, it was all the same shit that we all had to sing.
Yeah.
Right.
Weepies presented in a fun way.
Right.
All these people are dead. Hooray!
Hooray!
For catchy music.
Do. Anyway, speaking of dead people, the bug guy has managed to blow himself up, his entire house.
Homer, our hero.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Stephen Davies, the best actor in the movie, who wasn't really... It's difficult to determine how much of an actor he is and how much of a lot guy he is, how much of a union guy he is, but he's on this movie, and he got to improv most of his lines because he was just fun.
Yeah, he was fun.
He was a lot of fun. I personally loved when he found Junkyard Guy.
Yeah.
And how he tripped and fell. Running out of there, just ate shit on that bread that they'd scattered over the carpet. Like,
Bread, the modern banana peel.
Yeah. I mean, really, if you think about it, these cockroaches are fucking wasteful because they never finish anything.
No.
They didn't finish the bread the old man left out for them.
Right?
They don't finish any of the corpses. They
didn't
just shit all over everything and take off.
Like, they got maybe 10% of Jake's face eaten. That's about it.
Yeah.
They kill for joy.
Right.
They're just like the doctor that made them.
They can't get the lighthouse on. Something's gone wrong in there. So now the doctor or the bug guy has teamed up. He's okay. He's teamed up with sheriff, and now they're trying to get that taken care of.
Well, he finds the sheriff in the diner who has found his ex-girlfriend or his current coffee girlfriend
Right.
in the freezer. And at this point, he is just fucking devastated because he knows he's going to have to start washing his own thermos.
Oh!
She has frozen herself in the freezer to get away from the cockroaches.
Yeah. Turn the freezer off before you lock yourself in there. And also you can't lock yourself in a freezer. You'll suffocate, but whatever. She's dead.
She was miserable, but she was the only smart person in town, and she went out under her own terms, freezing to death.
You'll never take me alive. The doc has finally explained what this whole thing is about. They engineered a super cockroach so that it would eat other cockroaches, and it was only supposed to live for one generation and then die out, but that has not happened. So
now she's engineered the death of everything but cockroaches.
Yeah. Did they have a cockroach problem before on the island? Like, I don't get the end game here.
Was a world thing. This was like, Intech is going to cure the whole world of cockroaches.
We can't
in one fell swoop.
You can't kill the cockroaches. They actually do something. You don't want them in your house, but you can't kill all the world's cockroaches. And also
picking a fight with something that survives a nuclear war.
Right, exactly. We've got a problem with, let's see here, what's another problem? Cancer. The solution is more cancer. No, that's never the fucking solution. We're on fire right now. The only way to put us out is to put more fire on us.
No, I think you're wrong. She's going to cure cancer and everything else once these cockroaches eat everybody. All that stuff's gone. She cures it all with these cockroaches.
Right? Well, tidy
She
that
goes
up.
down in cockroach history as
Right.
like the best person ever.
Oh man. All right. So the sheriff and the bug guy, Homer, they hypothesize that if these guys aren't dying, there must be a queen, and if there's a queen, there must be a nest. Let's go find it.
But first, they decide to go to the lighthouse and turn that back on.
Right. Well, yeah, they're on the clock.
And then trust the doctor again, even though she has proven that she only desires the death of all humanity so much that it makes her sexually excited.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they, instead of sending the guy who kills cockroaches for a living to the place where they are at, they go to do some ad hoc electrical work.
Homer, you're with me. You're the only one that
Yeah.
can make this work.
It's like, I kill bugs. I'm like, yeah, well, you should fix the wiring on this light. Okay.
Alrighty. I'll try. The mayor's house has been overrun. Him and Beth are locked inside. They're trying to spray off the cockroaches with fire extinguishers, but there's too many of them. So he has no choice but to lock himself in the bathroom to save her.
Barely. There's a point in this scene where the mayor just doesn't know how doors work.
Right?
But yes, he does sacrifice, like, there's too many cockroaches in this closet, save yourself, and then jumps in the closet. Like, okay, you just figured out how doors work, and it was painful to watch, buddy, but now you don't know how rooms work. Because you just got into the room that you finally fucking closed the door on.
Right? And I like that at no point in time do they like, let's just go outside. This house is overrun.
Running from cockroaches would be problematic. There was a couple of shots that there was flying cockroaches, but they couldn't probably get them shot because they're too squirrely, I guess. And that would have maybe helped the you can't run away from them thing.
Maybe.
But the filmmaking is too weak, so they're just like, no, you can't run away from them. You just gotta hold up and let them eat you.
Well, back at the lighthouse, things have gotten really kooky in this film because now the cat has reanimated itself and is now a hybrid cat beetle hybrid cat.
Yeah, my note is also undead cats.
Right. Hybrid beetle
Comes out of a turd.
hybrid cat.
A turd sandwich.
It's a cocoon, Jackie.
Yeah.
turd.
It's turdy, but
Looks like a cow pie.
it's a cocoon.
And that the cockroaches don't just eat you and kill you and breed unstoppably, which would be menacing enough. No, they make zombies too, out of anything.
But they're not just zombies, Sam. They're not just the undead. They are part cockroach.
Yeah, they've got big, nasty pinchers.
Right. And this thing is flying all over the place. It's pretty hilarious, pretty goopy.
Because you know there's somebody standing in the corner just throwing like a pound of hamburger around. Like,
Man, you are really obsessed with hamburger, Donald Trump.
How dare you, sir?
But you
How dare you?
keep saying it.
Go fuck yourself. How about that?
He can't.
I hope that this
Oh.
pincher cat gets you.
He can't say
Right in the
hamburger either.
nutsack,
It's really one
on
of
the
most
right-hand
easiest
side.
things on the planet to say. And also, why are you so obsessed with hamburger? Like you're
It's just in this movie a lot.
She wants a hamburger. It's okay.
Well, the bug guy, Homer, accidentally smashes the cat with a bookcase. It's pretty.
Yeah, the cabinet, which I'm like, okay, all we need now is more cabinets. We'll be able to get out of this thing.
So they get the lighthouse working. So now it's time to go find the nest. And they're taking off. And they call Beth on the radio. And she's like, Dad died. He didn't make it. He went in the closet with a bunch of bugs. Oh, wait, here he is. And she turns around and it's Daddy. And he's like, give me a hug, sweetheart.
Yeah, this is a fun scene because he didn't get a cocoon.
No.
The cockroaches have sped up their process. They've expedited things.
Uh-huh.
They can just zombify you at any point now. He also slips on his own eyeball.
Yeah, he's a bug man now. He's bugs. The hug doesn't go so well. It's a bug hug. Yeah, he comes apart. He's pretty grody, and he steps on his own eyeball, and it's the fly where he busts out of his own face. But then she puts 3 shotgun rounds into him and finally blows his head off.
Which, if he's powered by cockroaches throughout his body, shooting him in the head shouldn't do anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good point. Or maybe he's not cockroaches powered by there's not cockroaches living inside of him. I think he is a cockroach, Sam.
He's
You're
half
thinking
man,
of
half
Candyman.
roach. I don't know what he is, but he got shot a few times and he quit moving.
Yeah, right.
And she's not really that shaken up over the whole deal.
No.
Now
Well, you know.
we get Sheriff Doofpoof and his master plan of whatever you do, don't send the fucking exterminator after the cockroaches.
Right.
He's like, all right, Doctor and Homer, you go to the lighthouse. We're going to go to the cave because we're not exterminators or scientists or explosive experts.
Uh-huh.
You guys might have those bases covered. We're going to send you to the lighthouse to handle that wiring again.
Right.
We're going to go make it up as we go along.
Well,
We're going to split up. We're going to divide and conquer because we got to go to 2 places, even though later we'll find that the cave is underneath the fucking lighthouse.
sort
They're
of.
going to the same place.
Kind of. It's not very far away. Yeah. But, that's whatever works. But the doctor steals the car and takes Beth with her. And she's like, you ready to do this? You ready to blow up those fucking swinging balls from the ceiling? Hell yeah, I am. Let's go. So the boys head back to the lighthouse.
So they're in the Bronco, which is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And the girlfriend's like, I'm just having this is a bad hair day. And then the doctor turns to her and goes, men, like,
Right.
yeah, men, they're always getting in the way of you creating a scourge abomination that will destroy all of humanity.
Men, they're not bugs. Ugh. Well, inside the cave, the eggs are gone. They don't know where the eggs have gone. It's not a good sign, but let's plant some bombs anyways. They get the detonator set up. Dr. Hubbard wanders off, and she's obsessed with she does find new eggs. She's cutting into one of them with a knife for samples, and then lo and behold, what's standing before her? I don't know what is standing before her.
I have a note, and I've seen this twice now. And the note is a full line on my notepad of question marks. What is this thing?
What is this thing?
We should get back to it. We'll think about what that thing is for a second, and then go back to Homer and the sheriff, who are having a rough time driving a sedan.
It's covered in bugs.
It's covered in bugs. And the bugs, I guess, stop because whatever. Because the thing has been revealed. The queen
is calling
question
them.
mark.
Question mark.
They've also made it to the same place that the other people are at, which is where everyone needed to go in the first place. And opera had been playing in the doctor's car.
Mm-hmm.
And after Homer goes on a bit of a philosophical rant, the sheriff just casually shoots out the radio.
yeah. And nobody seems to even blink that he just fired a gun inside of a car at the tape deck.
Yeah, no, they're both fucking deaf right now. It was a 38.
Yeah. Back at the cave, Doc Hubbard has encountered the beast who has grabbed her, pulled her arm right off, and then used its pinchers to chomp half her head in half. It's pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. The sheriff then lodges himself in a small space, can help in no way, proving that he is just as inadequate as his haircut.
Mm-hmm.
But then helps Jordache Jeans out of the cave, kind of. Probably enough to still get exploded.
Right.
But I guess they made it.
Yeah, the bombs go off, blows up all the bugs. They're fine. The lighthouse has been lit up by Bug Guy, and the choppers are pulled away and fade to a close-up of a bug's face, and that's the end of the movie.
It was on a cowboy boot.
Oh, was it? I didn't notice that part. Who's cowboy boot? What's that?
A song at the end. Did you listen to the end song? Don't
I
Bug
didn't.
Me.
Yeah.
You got to go back and do it. It's awful. You can't understand anything. It took 5 times through the chorus for me to understand that it was "Don't Bug Me" and not "Don't Fuck Me."
Oh,
But that's the only thing you can hear. It's just like drums, kind of instruments, and a lady going, and that's "Don't Bug Me" is you're like, whoa, this song sucks.
Yeah,
I probably would have fucking loved it.
probably.
All right.
I'm like, it's so catchy, just like Jordache jeans.
No. All right. Who's got questions first? Jackie.
Wait.
Sam.
Before we go to questions, Homer, when he arrives at the diner, tells the sheriff that everyone in the town is dead. When they destroy the thing that we don't know what it is, all of the cockroaches are still alive.
Correct. Okay, so do you have is that a question?
That's not a question. That's why I was like, before we start
Statement?
questions, let's start our questions where the
With an
movie left
answer.
off, with everyone already dead,
Right.
the island not being fumigated, and all of the cockroaches still alive.
Okay, so that's my problem. Why didn't, once everybody on the island is dead, we're just going to get in that seaplane. Because fuck it. It's over. I'm
Hell,
just
you
going to
can
get in
make
the
it-
seaplane. Take off.
You get-
There's only 4 of us left.
It's supposed to be an island close enough to California that you can make it in the Zodiac.
It's Catalina.
Well, it's definitely not Catalina.
That's what they're making it sound
No,
like.
Catalina is fucking huge, dude. There's a shit ton of people that live on Catalina.
Oh, God. Have you ever been to Catalina Island?
And also, you can't.
Have you ever?
No, you can't dress like these people do if you live on Catalina. This is not Catalina Island. It's not even supposed to be Catalina Island.
There's a psychic that works on the
And
beach in
that
Catalina.
Zodiac isn't stolen from the coast. That was stolen from one of the people that live on the island. The only
know.
way you can get to this island is by seaplane.
Oh, I bet the guy that had the Zodiac will tell you something different.
No, the Zodiac is from the island. He didn't go to the coast of California and get that Zodiac and ride it back. That is an island Zodiac.
I've heard
Yeah.
it's real murder.
The guy on the island uses the Zodiac to get to the mainland and back.
I don't think he does. I think he just hangs out around the island for fishing. It's a seaplane.
All right. That's
Either
just for
way,
the No, you
I'm
can
not-
make it. You can make it in the Zodiac. The flying boat is for the luxury of psychotic doctors.
Then I'm getting on the Zodiac. I'm getting in the plane. It doesn't matter how far it is away from the mainland. I'm not sticking around the goddamn island. It's over. It's done. They're coming to bomb the place with bug spray. Why are we stopping it from happening?
But the bug spray is not going to work.
It kills all of the bugs except for the eggs. And also, this isn't my fucking problem anymore. I'm getting out of here and let somebody else deal with this. What are the bugs going to do? Fucking swim? No. Not my problem. I'm out. You guys are going to stick around? That's what you're going to tell me? You two are going to stick around and see this to the end? No, you've already started paddling. You're out of here.
No, I'm going through house to house looking for jewelry.
Yeah. And let's be real. If I lived on the island, I went on vacation right when they put the Fishawak banners up because I don't want to be there when all the fucking dickhead tourists show up.
Touche.
We come back and we're missing a German Shepherd and a cat.
Hey.
We're like, what the fuck is happening?
Okay. All right. Now the big question. Dear God, what is that thing?
It's like it's stealing body parts and just kind of being like, and putting them back on itself like, you've got a nice hand, lady.
It's supposed to be the queen of the cockroaches, but it can't be.
It's got
No.
3 or 4 different heads.
Three or four? There was like 15 people stuffed in that thing.
It's the queen.
of sausages.
Of dead bodies. I don't.
Because it stuffed a bunch of people into herself.
God damn it. So dumb.
Oh my god, I think I'm so funny. Sorry.
They made the queen airtight, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she blossomed. by all of her skin coming off and having 10 heads.
It's not a cockroach. It's a person amalgam. It's just a bunch of people glued together. Like if you went into the alien cave and everybody's stuck up on the wall and they're like, kill me. But they're not attached to the queen, and that, like, it doesn't make sense.
No. Also, the queen is like, wow, I guess she has enough strength to rip your arm off or bite your head in half.
Mhm.
Not moving very fast,
Nope.
though.
It's like it got geriatric legs from the last person it killed. And it was like, this was such a fucking mistake.
Well, we've
To
seen.
start with these legs, I should have killed that kid first and stolen his legs.
Well, we see what the legs look like of these hybrid zombie bug people, because they're just little sticks. You know, they're just little bone sticks. So I got,
Yeah, they obviously have scurvy. They're bowed out
yeah,
because it's been underneath the cave.
doesn't work. Okay, who else has got a question?
But the answer to that question is I don't know.
I don't
No
know.
one can know what that is.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
make
make any sense.
Yeah. Okay, Sam, question.
Does humanity make it?
Yes, it's a fucking island. These cockroaches cannot swim. We're fine. Just go
I
in there.
don't
Are
know
with
we
if
sure
flamethrowers.
about that?
Yeah, see, you just say you get on that fucking seaplane, you fly over and tell everybody what the fuck happened. They call in the fucking National Guard. The National Guard goes in there with, like those hazmat suits so you can't get eaten through, and fucking flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Napalm the whole goddamn thing. It's fine. It's over.
Yeah, that's what they like. We've talked to multiple scientists. They say that there is no poison that can kill these cockroaches. And then Colonel goes, well, let's see how they like fire.
Yeah, no,
You all are insured, right?
We're fine. We're fine. No, those people are not going back to that island. That is now Pripyat in Ukraine. You are not going to your homes ever again. I hope you fed your dog a lot, because you're never going back.
Well, here's the deal, though, is that they could still claim fire insurance, right, on like the restaurant and the library. So, I mean, they could get a cash grab, right, and start over in L.A.
Oh yeah, you're getting a paycheck from the man, but
Yeah.
You're not going back.
Kind of like that weird town that with the gas that's trapped
Yeah, in
underneath it,
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
where they're like, we need this land, and we're going to buy it from everybody.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to explode one day.
And then the government opens up a new chain of taco stands with mystery meat.
Bugs?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the cockroaches.
Okay.
They get the idea from the cockroach smoothie that they find in the restaurant. And they're like, this is not that bad.
Mm.
Maybe,
Yeah.
just maybe, if we ground
Right.
all these cockroaches up.
Soylent Brown.
Yeah.
Hey, it's beyond meat. Is it really? No, it's just cockroaches and taco seasoning.
But it tastes good, so eat
Not
it
bad.
up. Yum yum,
Not
right,
bad.
kids?
Every once in a while, I get a leg stuck in your teeth. But,
Jackie, you got a question?
do you think that the sheriff and the mayor's daughter stay together now that they can't be a power couple on the island?
Yeah, this is the question every time. No, they're done. Well, I guess they can be a power couple island because there's only 4 people who live on the island.
Or do you think that she's carrying a cockroach baby?
Oh, grody.
I think they both get eaten by the remnant cockroaches
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
the song Don't Bug Me is playing, and you're trying to figure out what the lyrics are.
Yeah, you got to get off that fucking island. You didn't kill all the cockroaches. Get the fuck off that island. No, they're done.
Yeah, the boat's like right behind you.
Right. No, they're done. They died. They didn't make it. So, no problem there. Cleaned up. Ready to move on to final recommendations, guys?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go first. It's due from me. I liked it. It wasn't spectacular. It's not very goopy. But I thought it was a good Sunday fun watch for sure. So yeah, due from me. Jackie.
I'm going to give it a do not. I was bored.
Okay.
I was just bored. I thought it was fun because I had somebody to watch it with, and some of the shit was pretty ridiculous. But I definitely think that I enjoyed it because I had somebody to riff it with, not necessarily because of the film itself.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. Sammy.
I loved it. I watched it twice. It isn't as good the second time. The front end is a little slow that first time we watched it together over here the first time. and I was watching it by myself the second time, and making fun of the people and what they're wearing really carries you through that first section. But once the stupid shit starts happening, that stupid shit is so stupid, and that none of it makes any... By the end of the movie, nothing makes any sense. It's ridiculous, so it's a do for me.
There you go. All right. We're split decision, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So go ahead and check it out if you're on the fence. Next week is Jackie's pick. Jackie, what have you got delivered for us?
Thank God It's Friday with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, okay. Oh, Bloomy.
It's about a zoo disco.
Zoo disco.
And I saw some pictures. And apparently people are dressed up like animals. It should be pretty fucking funny.
little furry dancing action. Donna Summer's in that too, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few actors and actresses in this movie that had careers. So as we're watching, we're gonna be like, "Holy shit, really?"
Yeah.
You people survived this?
Yeah.
Right. Currently streaming on Amazon Prime, so check out Thank God It's Friday this week, guys, and hope you do well and everything goes perfectly and you don't get eaten by bugs and get to the chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.